Quero agradecer professora Elizabeth Danto por ter aceito o convite da FEBRAPSE. É uma grande honra para nós a sua presença na conferência de abertura do 28º Congresso Brasileiro de Psicanálise. No seu livro, As Clínicas Públicas de Freud, Psicanálise e Justiça Social, lemos sobre um movimento integrado dos psicanalistas da época, procurando estender a psicanálise a uma parcela mais ampla da população e carente economicamente. Seria o trauma da Primeira Guerra Mundial um fator predominante para esta opção?
So my answer to your question is yes. World War I, plus the dissolution of the Habsburg Empire and the successful treatment of war neurosis were transformative away from individualism and toward the social aspects of psychoanalysis. Now, Freud would probably have advanced his metapsychology without the war, since his fundamental discoveries about the nature of the unconscious came around 1900. But it was after 1918, the end of the war, that he invoked this specifically modernist belief in achievable progress, secular society, and the social responsibility of psychoanalysis.
E que similaridades percebe com o momento atual no mundo em que o maior número de psicanalistas se mostram envolvidos também com preocupações sociais?
Although this may feel like a new direction, I'm glad to say that social concern in psychoanalysis is actually not new. It's just underreported. Psychoanalysts have always, well, since the 1920s, stood for humanism and human rights. So today is no exception. Worldwide, most of the IPA-affiliated institutes now have low or no-cost clinics, branching out not just to treat people in their local language and local culture, but for example, despite the pandemic, virtually every institute in the US set up in-depth work on race and racism following the George Floyd murder, and asking ourselves hard-hitting questions about our own perhaps unconscious perpetuation of slavery, and also about the potential for power imbalances between patient and analyst. Now, is this a dramatic turn towards the social of the kind we saw maybe in the 1960s? Not really, because the analysts are not organizing. They're not propelling a social movement. Maybe later, maybe that's to come. However, the new wave of community clinicians, of multilingual and multicultural psychoanalysts from diverse backgrounds, shows us that over 100 years later, we can still affirm that the psychoanalytic path leads from individual psychological freedom to equality in society at large. So I'm convinced that this was Freud's goal, and I look forward to discussing it with you all when we meet on March 23rd.
Obrigado, professora Elizabeth Danto. Em nome da diretoria da FEBRAPSE, agradeço a sua disponibilidade para essa curta conversa. Foi uma excelente prévia à conferência de abertura do 28º Congresso Brasileiro de Psicanálise. Estamos aguardando com grande expectativa esse momento. Todos os nossos membros e certamente todos os congressistas que estarão presentes no dia 23 de março. Até lá!